Thanks for joining us on the Sleighted show. I'm Erik.
I'm Sebastian.
And today on the show, we're going to do an interview with Ryan Schlutz, and right afterwards, we'll be doing product reviews.
But before we dive into that, first let's talk about the Magic convention scene going on this year.
So as always, the big talk is going to be Magic Live.
It's honestly the best convention that I've been to. It's my favorite. I try to go every year that it's held.
Absolutely. I would say it's one of the best conventions ever put on.
And we can confidently say this without feeling like we're advertising it, because even if we were to tell people to go out, it's sold out.
It's completely sold out. As much as I'd love to push Magic Live, I'd be like, you gotta go. If you're not signed up, you're not going.
Yeah, so, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you sign up for the waiting list.
Yes.
But even then,
it's really hard to get in.
But if you are going, then it's going to be a great time. Make
Yes.
sure you say hi to anyone that you see walking around with one of the Sleighted shirts on.
Absolutely. That being said, though,
Mm-hmm.
I know last year the waiting list was like 600 to 800.
Jeez.
So I would say if you can get on any of those like forum boards on Facebook or
Mm-hmm.
Magic Cafe, if you find someone selling a registration, that might be a quicker way to get in before you have to get through that wait list. Do both.
Of course. Yeah, no, if you want to go, then definitely sign up for the wait list as soon as possible. But also check the forums to see if anyone's selling them.
Yeah.
Aside from Magic Live, there's a couple different conventions that we got going on. There's also the IBM SAM Combined Convention in Louisville. And then
That's in July.
In July, and then coming up in October, we've got Genie, which is actually in Orlando, so right down the street from here.
Yes, because we're here local filming in Orlando, so we'll be at Genie for sure. I hope you guys make it out and can say hey to us as well.
Yeah.
We'd love to meet anyone who's watching the show. And then speaking of IBM SAM, is that not where they host the North America FISM
Yes.
qualifiers?
North American Championships of Magic. So if you want to compete in FISM, that's where they host the qualifier. It's once every 3 years, and there's only a certain number of spots available for FISM. So and I think the deadline for that, we'll flash it on the bottom. I believe it's May if you want to submit to compete. That's going to be an amazing convention.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys go to the conventions. I know a lot of people don't watch the competition acts because they just want to see the lectures and the main stage shows, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would argue that at IBM SAM, watch all the competition acts.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best.
They're the best of the best in North America. So if you want to see the up-and-coming Magic, what's new on the scene, North American Championships definitely something to check out.
I remember last combined convention in St. Louis, there were some amazing acts that still stick with me today. And then, of course, we got to see Shin Lim's act that got him into FISM, and then where he, won for close-up Magic as well.
And one of the greatest things about going to conventions is you get to meet people, you get to network, and you get to make friends with the people that otherwise you wouldn't have met. So you get to see the really cool underground stuff that everyone's working on, and you also get to see some of the gems from the underground of the Magic community.
Speaking of gems in the underground Magic community, I actually don't know if Ryan is underground anymore, but when I met him, he was.
He's doing well now, but if you still haven't heard of him, then definitely...
He is a gem.
Oh, yeah, no.
To say the least. And
magic.
so is his magic.
Yes.
He is known for his Miracles Without Moves. If you have never seen the DVD, check it out. But if you've never seen him perform, corner him at a convention, have him do magic on you.
Yes.
It's amazing. He'll blow your mind.
And my first Schlutz experience, you don't forget yours.
His piercing blue eyes just don't stop staring into your soul.
But with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump over to the interview.
I mean, I think especially everywhere at first. I had no direction. I mean, because I didn't have a mentor that kind of helped me. So I just said, I'll do stage magic. I'll do cups and balls. I'll do card magic. I'm going to do kids shows. I was just everywhere.
Wow.
And but I just loved all magic. But it wasn't until way later that I discovered I just love card magic. And I just pretty much do card magic all the time now.
That's awesome. I know there's a kind of a stigma against that, though. I feel like amongst magicians, not against like regular laymen, but I feel like I hear a lot of magicians being like, "Oh, he just does card tricks," like, "Oh," and then like, I don't get that. I love card tricks. I think they're amazing. You can do anything.
I think it's funny how the same magicians who say that do card tricks too. I just don't understand it. Like, I think it's just maybe someone said it that was big and famous at one point and important, and then everyone wants to repeat the phrase.
Yeah.
I think everyone loves card magic. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, people who say, "Oh, all I do is card tricks," and I fool them with the card trick. They want to know the secret. I go, I thought you didn't care about card magic.
Probably one of the problems people have is they can't engage people that well, and I feel like you've got that down pretty good, which is awesome. Is there any theater background for you, or where did that come from?
You would think I would.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I hung out with theater people. Does that count?
It doesn't.
No? Okay.
No.
I have never done theater. I think I'm the self-taught person where I just was horrible until one day I became better at it. I think I naturally have the ability to be engaging.
Yeah.
And I think that is, that's like, say, half of the ingredient. Then to make it compelling, I think is the next, and then to make it entertaining is a whole different thing. So,
okay, yeah,
you know, there's probably maybe 10 books, if that I've actually read, like every page. I mean, I sound like I keep saying it, but I think the first book I've truly read was Eddie Fields'. Like, I think you said it too, Archidology, Archidologies of Eddie Fields. That was one of the first books where I think most books I may have read like half or some of it. That was the first one I received that I was like, oh, I'll just see how this guy is. And after the first page, I just couldn't put it down. I had to go out to the mall. I brought it to the mall with me. I just couldn't put this book down. So I read the whole thing. And went back and reread the parts I liked. I don't know. Something about him as a person just inspired me. I never met him. Didn't know who he was. Obviously, he's passed before I had a chance to meet him. And I just felt like he was a friend of mine. And I was just reading his last thoughts on magic. You know, that's what it felt like when I was reading it. And I felt like, I don't know about you, when I started creating all these different things, certain ideas just make you get excited. And I felt like he was unlocking parts of my brain that I haven't discovered yet. Where I was like, it opened up all these avenues of creativity that I was like, yes! Like, I couldn't put my finger on what I was trying to achieve with the trick I put out, but then he like unlocked that for me. You know, not just in his, you know, just reading his words was so powerful to me. I can't believe it. So.
Your Making the Cut book is one of maybe 5 books that I picked up, read the whole thing from beginning to end, and went,
wow,
huh, I can do all of that. Like every bit of that is applicable to like how I perform, how
That's
I think
awesome.
I should perform, and so if you guys haven't read Making the Cut, you should.
I didn't pay him to say that, by the way.
He did.
No. So that's cool to hear that, though. You know, because I think when you put stuff out, you're very vulnerable to because your peers, people like you, could be like, Ryan, that's an okay book. You know, I'd be like, oh, it hurts me a little bit. But you just say you love it. It's so freaking cool. I love that. So I feel like I did the right thing by putting it out.
And then in the book you have the trick sensational, and I think you're saying that on the podcast that was I think one of the favorites you've created.
Yeah, I think that was where I think the genre I imagined that I was now most inspired by now. Because a lot of the tricks in the book are just, I mean, nothing wrong with the other tricks, it's just different style. They're more like walk around, quick and fun, like visual elements, you know, where sensational is just strictly card magic. There's no like other thing, there's no props with it, it's just a trick that stands on its own, you know. And I think that's the first trick that kind of started this whole process of where all my other tricks now are going down. My whole goal in life is to have me come in with a group of people, have a deck of cards on the table, and have nothing happen, but have everything happen. I want them to walk away thinking, Ryan did nothing, but all these amazing things happened.
Okay.
Right. So nothing happened, but everything happened.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm trying to achieve. I'm not even close. Well, people have told me I'm not. Like, people say, oh, Ryan, your magic's so like hands off, and it feels like you didn't do anything. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. So when people say that, I go, yes, that's what I was trying to achieve. So I wanted to get a concept that even though I have to do stuff to make it work, it just kind of, it gets lost in the choreography of the movements, or it just gets lost in how we interact. So I'm trying to erase all these moments of my magic. You know, when I first saw Leonard Green, he does that. I mean, my gosh, the guy's God among men, right? So he did it to me first, right? Because I mean, the first time you see him do one of his chaos routines where he's blindfolded with foil, you ever seen this routine he does? I mean, it's incredible. So I was like, that's what I want. Like, all this time, I didn't have like a goal of someone to look up to, and I was like, Leonard Green, thank you. So I started trying to achieve his freedom and then it wasn't, I mean, he's one of the few magicians who I didn't know how the tricks worked. Just didn't know. And I didn't care to know. To me, it was more important just to try to achieve it. I didn't want to know how he did it. I want to know how I could do it. If you get full today, it's probably something you already know. It's just done a different way.
No kidding.
You know. So I think Leonard Green did that to me first, and then who was next? It's probably like then I saw Danny's style, which is interesting, Danny Ortiz, and then it wasn't until I saw Joe Barry that I got that same feeling that I got when I first saw Leonard Green. Like that was the kind of feeling I got. I was like, this guy. I mean, I never heard of him. John Kerry, a friend of mine, said, dude, you have to meet this. You have to see his work. So his DVD came out. I got my hands on it. I remember picking it up on the way to work, and I was holding it. And the cover looked cool. And I was like, and John Kerry boosted him up, and I was like, I have to go home and watch this now. So I had to wait all day, get home, pop it in. It was like a boy on Christmas morning. And I was watching his effects going, holy cow, this stuff is amazing.
Is that the Inscrutable?
Inscrutables.
DVD?
Yeah.
I love
It's amazing.
Joseph Barry, who I call Jay Bear.
Jay Bear.
I want that name to stick so bad. So fingers crossed.
So I'll see him we'll see him in a week.
Yeah. Well, depending on when this is released, we'll have seen him like a month or two ago.
Okay, he was amazing.
He was great.
I mean, he blew him on. I think he did.
Sure.
Oh,
yeah, it was the best trick. I don't know where the elephant came from, and I never will.
So I
don't want to know. So
I mean, the baby was a little over the top.
Yeah,
but you know,
what are you gonna do?
If you're gonna cut them in half, might as well be a baby, right?
That's just his style. He's from a different country than us, and so like he can do that.
It's true. But I did meet him once. Finally, it's cool. To me, I was almost starstruck with him, because like I said, I only knew on tape.
Yeah.
I love his style, and I was like, so I always at Magic Live, and we're hanging out at the bar, and then he only knew my name because I think I gave like a quote for his DVD or something like that. He's like, oh, Earl, other guy, and I was like, it's me, but he didn't know anything of my stuff. So I was showing him a few tricks. He was showing a few tricks. It was cool, just jamming. And then like I did something that wasn't released yet, and fooled the crap out of him. And he was like,
"That was such a good feeling."
He was like, he went around to like everybody. Ryan Schlutz just fooled me, and he was going to like guys like Weber and all these guys saying, "This guy," and I was like, "What a great compliment!" You know what I mean? I mean,
that's awesome.
I hope he wasn't lying. He just made me feel good, but no, he was fooled.
Yeah,
so it was awesome.
That's so cool. Ron, well, thank you for taking all the time and coming out to your back porch to meet us.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. And if you enjoyed this, check out the podcast where you get a lot more in depth on Ryan's story.
So today we're going to be covering Richard Sanders' Priceless. Now, essentially what this routine is, if you guys haven't seen it already, is a routine. It's a classic gag that a lot of comedic magicians use, where you ask a spectator or you ask an audience how much they think you spent on your suit, and then at the end you tell them, well, you didn't actually spend anything because you just stole it. So what I really like about this routine is that it already has a built-in presentation to it. So if you're already familiar with that, you already know how to set up the joke, you already know how to get everything flowing for this effect to work. And on top of the fact that it's already built on a presentation that a lot of people have already used and is shown to be successful, it also has an incredible finale that builds on top of that. So it's a classic routine that also has a phenomenal punch at the end. So it's practical, the gimmicks are really high quality. You can see right here, just clips in your jacket and you're immediately ready to go. So on the DVD, he covers different versions, some for stand-up, some for stage, and it also works really, really well for strolling environments. So if you're doing walk around, you can have every single table guess how much you paid for your suit or something along those lines before revealing it inside the jacket. So as far as routines go, this is one of the most practical that I've come across. It takes up no pocket space, actually. All that you really need to carry around is a marker, pad of paper, and you're set. You can either have a piece that you can perform at every single table for the night, or you've got 5 to 10 minutes that you can throw into any stand-up show. Long story short, I highly recommend Priceless by Richard Sanders.
So I want to review Cut Cards by John Armstrong, produced by Cosmo Magic. I feel like this one flew under the radar. A lot of people didn't see it. I got to see John lecture on this, and it really helped sell it for me. I watched the demo video, and I didn't love it. It seemed very basic. It felt lacking on the demo video. But when you watch John work with these cards, whoa, let me tell you what, I was sold in a heartbeat to buy this DVD. This DVD is not a one-trick wonder, though. It has 5 different routines included. So that's a huge bang for your buck, especially since it's only $20 and you get all the gimmicks included. The main idea of this routine is giving you a justified reason to do a sandwich effect. And you use these cut cards, and you get all of these cut cards included in the DVD. And if you don't know what a cut card is, it is basically a tool used in gambling where you slide in a plastic card into the deck, and that's where it tells the dealer where to cut the cards. John said it's specially designed by the United States Playing Card Company to have these custom cut cards that fit in the deck perfectly and can hide in the deck. But the second you spread, they stand out like a sore thumb, and you can have a card right in between and do a great sandwich effect. So you get 3 colors, red, black, and blue. A couple different options to use for any type of performance. Or you could put 2 colors away, use one when these get worn out, bust out the second pair when those get worn out, bust out the 3rd pair. So you're not going to have to buy a refill pack for quite some time. Plus, given the nature of the effect, you're really not going to be messing these cards up that much. And even if they are messed up, it makes sense given the story behind it. If they are cut cards, they're continually being handled by spectators. In John's lecture, he shows a very powerful routine where he took a card, placed it in between the cut cards, set it on the table, and squared it up. Then he had the card selected, signed, and went back to the card in between the cut cards, and that was the signed card the whole time. It was a dang miracle, and that's what sold me on the effect. I highly recommend it for a $20 bill. I mean, you really can't go wrong getting all of these gimmicks, the DVD with 5 routines, and if you know Cosmo's work, he produces some really, really high-quality DVDs. So John Armstrong's cut cards is definitely a killer effect. It gives you a very, very logical reason for doing a sandwich effect. I highly recommend it. So that's the end of the show. Thanks for joining us. Before we go, though, let's talk about
Sleighted t-shirts.
the Sleighted t-shirt. I know everyone's wondering, how can I get one? I gotta get one.
That's what I was wondering.
And then you got
And
one.
then I got one.
How did you get yours?
I got it on Indiegogo.
What? We have an Indiegogo campaign going?
Yeah,
We do.
we just launched, actually.
So we want to be free always.
The reason we decided to start the product line with t-shirts is because we love producing free content for you guys. We love putting together videos, different talks, tutorials, but we can't keep doing it for free.
Yes, we have to pay for the studio space, we have to pay for editing time, and so we're doing this again to keep everything free. We never want to do Sleighted Plus or Sleighted 360 and charge money for it. That's not our style. We want everyone to access this at all times. If you want to join the Sleighted gang, hop over to our Indiegogo. The link will be below us, and
Check out the t-shirts.
check out the t-shirts. We're gonna have the regular red, and I think we're gonna have an Erdnase green as well. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us. Please take a minute to review the Indiegogo campaign, and if you've liked what you've seen so far, we would really love your support. If you wouldn't mind, like and share this video on Facebook, and check out our Instagram.
Facebook, Twitter, check out all our different social media pages, and also make sure you check out Priceless by Richard Sanders and Cut Cards by John Armstrong, both which phenomenal effects.
And any of Ryan Schlutz effects.
So, with that in mind, I think that's a wrap.
That is Sleighted Episode 2.
See you guys next month.